Hi, just a quick message before we get to this week's Getaway Geese episode to say that I've just launched a second channel called A Life of Stew. So if you haven't caught that, it would be great if you could subscribe to help me get the channel off the ground. Thanks to those that have already done so. If you haven't, I'll put the link to the trailer video in the description and in the upper part of this screen. Thank you for your support. Right, let's get back to this week's video. Then up to
and it goes to show that he didn't really gain anything. Is that your rant?
That's my rant. Over. I'm sorry, it is.
So while Stu's had his rant, I will have my rant. He didn't have time to put his trousers back on. There's not much of a view as we're in the middle.
And it took another 120 euros, so I'm now 240 euros.
Good luck to Stu. I'm not walking past that. Are you escorting me out? At full speed, looking back as if he was escaping something. With his knees right up in the air, that really high running. That's probably because it was over the field.
Super Tech! $5.99. Couple. I'm not like that. I'm not.
Bloody are. Welcome to the channel. That's Harry, our camper van, and that's me, Jane, and here's Stu. And we love to share with you our van life adventures. We are making the most of the air facilities before we set off. So I just thought I'd show you what I do on the road with my toothbrush. If you're an electric toothbrush user, the pink one is one that needs recharging. So I found that online. It works really good. It's just on Amazon. It's not that expensive and it does the trick. But if we're in a place where we can't, or for some reason I can't use it to recharge because we've got other things charging up during the night, I bring the blue one with me, which is a battery one, which is actually not as good, but it's still better than a manual toothbrush. So yeah, works well for me anyway. Yes, my hair's fine.
I'm happy with my...
It's just these two little bits at the side, but that's not the apprentice hair washer.
Happy with the
The
salon?
service, yes. It's very good.
Stuart's salon, was that okay?
Yeah, it was. What are we doing today?
Go to Abbey, long shot of Michael Mount, then up to up by the Seine, where the ferry was. Okay. And then we'll have a walk around there.
Just get the camera going, because he talks to the camera. By the time I've got the bloody thing on, he's gone.
No, I was just saying, these little service airs. This was a nice little stop last night in the village. I've had a few debates online about how easy these things are. And they are. They just need 4 or 5 places in a car park that's ring fenced for motorhomes with a bin minimum. Even if they don't put any other services in, that's doable for every council, in my opinion. Without charging, this was free. Why charge when we've gone and spent money in the local shops yesterday? I don't get it. Then obviously, if you can put extra services in, it's so easy to find grey emptying places, black waste. Obviously this is next to a community place, so it's a bit easier to get the services in there. I get that.
Is that your rant?
That's my rant. Over. I'm sorry, it is easy. You just got to.
I suppose they have to monitor it.
Yeah, I understand there's a bit of a cost, but also there's a cost. There's a cost gain to the community.
Absolutely.
So you know, it's not just to be. People always think people in camper vans and motorhomes are selfish and they're insular and they don't go around. That's not true. It's not true. No. You know, everywhere we go, we always walk around, always spend some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we wouldn't be in this village. We would not be in this village if it wasn't for this place here. Yeah. We would not have visited this place, probably.
And we spent money.
Fact.
Yeah.
And we spent some money. Yeah. No, you know, we didn't spend
a lot.
Huge
so
amounts.
There wasn't a lot open.
There wasn't a lot open, but we went and spent money. What was open? You know, we had some patisserie and bread and whatever it was, and that we decided to buy that. And parking's free or very cheap. That's another thing that gets me. Why charge huge amounts of money in a town or a village when it can be free, and then you encourage you to go in?
Well, we are on one this morning, aren't we?
And that's it.
So while Stu's had his rant, I will have my rant. We were on the beach yesterday. A dog ran over at full speed. Even Stu thought he was going to get knocked over. Why do dog owners let dogs do that? This is my pet hate. Because the other person doesn't know that your dog's as soft as a brush. I was petrified, and all she said was, "Oh, sorry." And I have had an Alsatian, and I'd never let him approach anybody. When I had the dog, I wasn't scared of dogs. When the dog died, the fear came back. The only time that I told my Alsatian to go and get someone was when I was 9 months pregnant. I was walking along the beach, and a man came out and exposed himself to me. And I'll see if I can find the picture. I did send the dog after him, and I've got a picture of him running towards the sand dunes with the dog behind him. He didn't have time to put his trousers back on. Well, we're in no rush, and with one eye clearly on travelling back to the UK in 2 days' time, we want to take the opportunity to capture a piece of France. At least we're not first in the queue this time, which is highly unusual.
I was driving through the countryside. Pressure's back on me now.
I can only think that he must be late for work. So I washed my hair, or we washed my hair yesterday. I don't really want to go on a campsite just to wash my hair. We've been in various positions trying it, and yesterday, and I'm quite prepared to give this a go in winter. It'll only take 10 minutes. I lay on my back with my head out the van, with the bucket underneath, and Stu washed it for there because I have a problem leaning over with my back.
Everything's got to have two uses, and this became quite useful because we put the bowl on there, and because she got long hair, that's the other thing. That dropped into there, and when I needed to rinse it further, we took a step away, and obviously it was a lower bowl.
How long have we had Harry? 5 years? We think we've nailed it now. It probably looks funny if anyone's walking by. I mean, we did turn the van around so we were private. So we haven't shared the Rummy Cup tournament. What's the score?
Well, it's 17-16. And we've decided there's 6 games left, so there's 2-3 rounds, so it's all a bit tense.
Andre the Azalea just needs to plan how to get through customs, and he will have made it home to the UK.
There he is. You might get it. It's just over there. To your left.
Well, unfortunately, stop number 1 didn't work out as the Abbey is shut. One thing we are taking back with us is 20. We didn't intend to be honest. 24 bottles of rosé, because we've got a big family day coming up when we get back. Buying it here, by buying 24 bottles, we're going to save £70. We're trying to find a place to park up and have a mid-morning cuppa with a view across to Mont Saint-Michel. But unfortunately for us, the places that we pull up are not allowing us to park.
Just pushing in. Not on my belt, so we just want to get to a place. There we go.
Attention. Can't put your drone up here, can you?
So we were going to go to Mont Saint-Michel today. We decided against it rather than rush round because we're going to start to head back towards Calais. We're going to leave that for when we do the Brittany tour and the west of France, southwest of France, and that. It looks fantastic from here.
Using Google Maps, we try to find other potential locations. But a few dead ends and parking prohibited signs, it soon becomes a little frustrating. That's another no to parking. No motorhomes. Well, they beat us to the prime spot, but we finally get our pick.
chicken. Across the road, under the chicken, across the road.
We're heading towards Duclair, but somehow Stu has managed to have a trauma at the petrol station along the way.
Well, as I was waiting in the queue, this guy lost his trailer and caused a near miss with the traffic around him.
Can't leave you alone for 5 minutes.
€120.
So what's happened? Just here. That'll help.
Yeah. So I go to the pump, Super U, so it's a big super, it's not like a back street thing, it's one of their multinationals, isn't it? And the fill up, so it's a self-service pump, put my card in, and it says you can take up to, which they all do, you can take up to €120 of fuel. So I fill up, and it put about €52 of fuel. Get back in the van, I suddenly noticed, because I was recording, I suddenly noticed it took €120 out of my account. And for some reason, this one's got an attendant who seems to be looking after all of the punts, but they're all self-service, so I don't know what she's doing, to be honest, young girl. So I went up to her, and obviously trying to converse English to French wasn't easy. And I said, look, it's taking too much out. So she said, have you got your receipt? And I said no receipt, which was stupid by me. I said no receipt, lesson in the future, take a receipt. So she came back to the pump. She could see I only took €52 out. She asked me to put my card in so we could get a receipt out. So I got a receipt now, $52.97. And then she wanted to just make sure the pump was okay, so she got me to put the pin back in, and it took another €120 out, so I'm now €240 into the transaction.
For 52?
Yeah. She said I'm going to get reimbursed. I believe she was on the phone to, I presume, head office. I'll get reimbursed in a month's time of €120, but it's more than that, because it's €120 plus whatever, another 60.
You need to ask them to, Starling, to flag it up.
I'm onto my online bank now. Well, I partially got our money back after a few weeks, but I just had to let the whole experience go. Oh no, not again.
Well, this guy obviously knows the ferry times, but as far as we're concerned, we will get there when we get there. And it goes to show that he didn't really gain anything. It's a really busy crossing, and unbelievably, it's free. There's not much of a view as we're in the middle. Rush hour. You're doing that old people's thing where they tell you what's happening. We're moving.
We're moving.
We're on the water. We've just had 20 minutes of trying to say the bill, please.
No, don't start the we.
I have had 20 minutes of trying to say the bill, please. Addition.
For 6 weeks you failed to say a word, that word at all.
I seem to be able to say you're annoying. It's hardly worth getting on for. And we couldn't help smiling as we actually got off before the van that overtook us.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Nice stuff. That's so funny that we got off before.
Still in the wrong place.
We initially get lost trying to find a free air in the town. But eventually we find it, and it's perfect for the night, and we simply flop for the rest of the day. Well, we're a little subdued this morning as it's our last true day in France. And as usual, at the end of a trip, we're really sorry to be going home, and France has over-delivered to us. But first, we're going to take our last walk and take a look around the town of Duclair. As you can see, the air is high up and it has a great vantage over the mighty River Seine, where we've had so many great memories on this trip.
Looks like there's a fair being set up for this weekend, I'd imagine.
it's nice to see there's quite a few small independent shops, cafes and bars. It's incredible how it's a Thursday and it's just absolutely so quiet everywhere. Thursday at 11 o'clock. Good luck to Stu, not walking past that. That's exactly the dog I used to have as well, crazy enough. And there you go. And for your jugular. Well, I won't be doing that walk, that's for sure.
Little Harry, he's always smallest on the block.
Well, it's back to Harry and it's time for us to head towards Calais. The first part of the journey reintroduces us to those narrow roads that we absolutely love.
Perhaps it just means two vans going the other, to be honest.
It's a bit of a treat. We've got Stu in a supermarket, which doesn't happen very often. I keep thinking I've seen the biggest supermarket ever, and then I see a bigger one. This was definitely the biggest one. I found him. How crazy is this shop? I've just seen that one at the front. What's it made of? What about that one?
You know,
Is that little?
you know what it is?
Is it pepperoni?
I think it probably is Meregu, pizza Meregu.
Is that what they all are? Pizzas? Oh my
Yeah.
god. It's like died and gone to heaven, this shop, isn't it? Being escorted out, I think.
Eh?
Are you escorting me out? He's just stopping me. Oh my god, look at all those clothes. We got some stuff there. We bought some beer for one of our lads' birthdays.
They had an offer on, which is basically the second one you got half price. And it's quite a reasonable price anyway.
We decided to make a baguette on the go because it's already 1:30 and we've still got like 2.5, 3 hours drive. That's fair. It's actually got sausage with pistachios in. It's really nice.
Well, we've got an important night tonight.
Oh yeah, we have
We've got a very important night tonight. Just a bit of a rummy cub update. Had a bad night last night. Jane beat me 2-1, but that means that now means we're actually level. And there's 3 games to go, so one of us is going to win tonight. So it could be a very silent crossing.
Now either I'm playing worse than normal or Stu's upped his game, and I definitely think Stu's upped his game. Yeah, we've got about a 3-hour drive, so apart from the emergency baguette, we've also got a little pastry.
Yes.
Oh, you've perked up again now.
Oh yes.
You're going to save that for when you're...
No. I'm going to save that until after you've had your baguette.
After the excitement of the retail therapy and with Harry now resembling a delivery wagon, we head to our Parkup. And those clouds look menacing, but luckily we're heading away from it. If If you enjoy our video, please press that like and subscribe button, as it really helps us out.
Harry's last park up in France. We're about 30 minutes from Calais. It's on Park for night. Nice little quiet car park. I think it's used by walkers. There's lots of various routes from here.
Night before we go home. Not sure why Stu's doing the van, but he is. Well, we're having pizza with salad that we bought, and I can't help thinking that whoever dishes out those portions has a camper van with a ridge monkey. It's absolutely perfectly. We've just seen a man, like I say, an older man, older gentleman, run across that field at full speed, looking back as if he was escaping something, with his knees right up in the air, that really high running. That's probably because it was over the field, and it was the weirdest thing, and he's never come back. Mind you, no more dodgier than that man, you can see. Bless him, I'm not quite sure why he's doing that, to be honest. So he's looking for the man. Why are you doing that? Out of interest.
Just keeping the van clean. Pride.
What are you saying?
Well,
something I don't know about.
Super Tech $5.99 couple.
Yeah, we've just seen it's got a P in a circle, which means dry clean only. I think it means it can be dry cleaned.
How's the pizza looking? The square pizza we bought, I've had about a couple of days. I don't think you have. In as much as it all started with the blooming double payment, maximum payments at the forecourt of €240 going out of my account instead of 40. Followed by today having, I think, getting done by a speed camera when I went, I hadn't realised I'd gone into an 80 zone. To then having a conversation with Jan about, well, I thought the speed limit was 90 when you come out of a built-up area, but apparently they changed in 2018 and it's 80 in a lot of places, which I hadn't realised for the last 6 weeks.
And apparently...
although it's changing back again, apparently, but I don't know.
Apparently it can take months for your...
speeding fine to come through.
Yeah,
it'll be a speeding fine if anything, and because of Brexit, I don't know if they'll ever get to me anyway.
Well, that's the other thing I read online. I mean, when we were in Europe, they had to share your data and share your address, but now we're not. So I don't know. You're on the
credibility to that. Anyway, it's all just gone wrong. It looks all right.
Yeah, it does look all right.
How much was it? 4 something.
Yeah, 4.25.
So last time we wanted to make it easy. Can't get much easier than that.
Is it hot? So we've played 38 games.
Yeah.
And it's 19 all.
And it's 1 game left. It's going to be a quiet journey home tomorrow.
If I lose. So yeah, we could have just played the last night.
See if I lose.
Stu's going to be unbearable. I'm glad this is just the last day because he's just won.
I'm not like that. I'm not
You bloody are.
I'm not going to rub it in.